Hi, everybody. Wanted to give you a quick explainer video showing you how to do this final portfolio. Ideally, we used to do this as a three-ring binder, and it was really a chance to showcase the best things you've done all year. Language arts, I've divided all year long into reading, writing, and speaking and listening. Those are kind of the three big language arts skills. So your chance here, this is a chance for you to showcase. Okay, I've given you assignments, you give me work, I give you points. Now you use those points and assignments to tell a story about how you've kind of gotten better, how you've grown by 1 year. So for this assignment, we've kind of done away with the three-ring binders, plus we're distance learning. So you can see that there's different platforms here. It's up to you, whatever you're comfortable with. Adobe Spark has a great web page option. It's nice to look at. Canvas ePortfolio, I don't recommend. It's a little bit clunky, but if you know it, you're welcome to it, as well as the good old standby of Google Slides. Some people even just want to put them into like a Google Doc. This is all fine, especially under these emergency closure circumstances. So really quickly, the sections I want to go over. This introduction, obviously, this is like I said, it's a chance to give a first impression to your readers. So you want to make it, talk about yourself as a reader and a writer and a speaker and listener. Those things like, hey, I really enjoy reading at home. I read tons of stuff on my own. Or reading is terrible. The only thing I read is the comments in my TikTok. I don't care. It's just a chance to talk about yourself as a reader, writer, speaker, listener. I'm recommending like 2 to 3 short paragraphs. Do not think like body paragraphs, not looking for a ton of elaboration, but not looking for something just ridiculous like a 2-sentence paragraph really won't fly. So these are almost just like checklist items. Yep, it's done. It's good to go. I'm not looking for fully developed page-long paragraphs at all. There is no advantage to doing that on this assignment. Table of contents, it speaks for itself. I wouldn't do it till the last step, and I don't really care if it's the first thing in your portfolio or the second thing or the third thing, but logically, wherever it needs to go. But as far as maybe organizing it, you might want to wait till the end to know what order things are going to be in. The best work section is 90 points, and this is where the bulk of this is where it's won or lost, really. I'm asking you for your 3 best in reading, your 3 best in writing, and your 3 best in participation assignments. So what's best is up to you. It doesn't even have to be the highest scores. It could be, hey, I thought I was going to bomb this assignment and I ended up doing pretty well on it. It's a chance for you to kind of showcase your best in those 3 language arts skills. If you, well, first you need to bring the assignment to the portfolio. And this could be something as simple as a screenshot. It could be a URL. We've gone entirely digital. If you have some of your old posters at home, you could do that in any of these old assignments. I have included a link for a breakdown of all semester 2 assignments. So we've had something like, we've had, are you serious? Oh, it's still recording. Oh, good, it is still recording. I thought it had stopped. Um, we've had 41 reading assignments so far this year. You got to pick 3 of them. Make sure that they're different styles. For instance, don't just do your 3 best book journals. Obviously, we've done analyze the text. We've done some 20-time blog research, comprehension quizzes. Any of these things would be fair game. Mix it up. Give me different flavors of reading. With writing, same thing. We've done a few essays. We've done 20-time. There's 22 assignments to choose your best 3 writing. Participation, we've done 9 assignments, but remember that one of those is all of your bomber time that's kind of put together. So, okay, good news. I learned from Screencastify that if you click on a different screen, it keeps recording. Each of these gets a 2 short paragraph introduction. You need to explain what the heck is a bomber time? What is an analyze the text? What is a book journal number 1? What were you supposed to do? Because next year's English teacher might have no idea. So explain that in 1 paragraph and then explain why this is in your best works. Okay, I need something other than, oh, because it's a reading assignment. So try to say, hey, look, because I really thought this assignment was difficult and I put it off for a long time and I was able to dominate it and scored much better, or I really liked the story, or we worked on a group, or anything that kind of says why it represents one of your best works, okay? Reading list, it's only 5 points. All the books you've read this year, if you want to include the short stories because you don't have a lot of them, Romeo and Juliet, any of those plays that we read, Animal Farm, in class, out of class, anything that you read that you want to go like on the record as you read this year in class or as a freshman, author, title, any kind of date. You could just say the quarter. I read this during quarter 2, during quarter 3, during quarantine. Any comments? All I need is some like basic comment. One sentence we're talking about. Less than a sentence is fine. Okay. Hated it because it was totally unrealistic. Boom. Good to go. The last thing you'll write, and this really does kind of echo that introduction, it's an improvement goal. So what have you improved on this year? Think about reading, writing, speaking, and listening. You have a ton of feedback on assignments, you have peer stuff, you have your personal reflections, anything here, you can use that. It can also, you can use none of those. You can just kind of wing it and say, you know what, here's what I got better at, and maybe here's what I want to keep working on. What are you proud of? What surprised you? What inspired you? I gave you a lot of things where basically this is you looking forward to next year as a sophomore. How can you dominate? How can you keep working? So last point, last thing to show, this is 120 points. Ooh, that date is wrong. Oh my goodness, it is not Thursday the 13th. I'm backing it up a little bit. I'll take them. I think that's last year's final due date. Oof. Um, I'm making them do, I think that 2 Mondays before the end of school. I believe it's the 8th. Those points are going to be divided. I'm going to take this assignment. It's 120 points. This is all checklist. And I'm going to divide them equally. You'll see an assignment that looks like final portfolio R score. That just means it's a third of these points. You're going to see one that says final portfolio W score, final portfolio P score. Those are just placeholder assignments. I'm going to take all those points, divide them in 3. Good news is for this assignment, it can be a savior that totally saves your grade if you've struggled all year long. This is a big boost. Also, it can be, you know, it's brutal, but I know that we're dealing with closure and people may be struggling on this, so definitely communicate with me. I have had people transfer into class. We might have to change the number of assignments you're going to do. And this is always a question about the best work section. Let's say that you've done this work, but you can't find any of it, or you know, it's just not turning up. You can at least do the cover sheets for these. You could go with 0 writing samples. You could have no assignments and just do the descriptive little cover sheets, and you would get 45 out of 90 points here. I know that seems like a 50%, but that, along with everything else, you can still do the reading list, the improvement goal. You can still get a really decent grade. I mean, you missed 45 points, but out of 120 for a final, it's not the end of the world, the way that grades are calculated, especially in these emergency closures. So it's a big assignment. I really wish we had. I normally dedicate about 1 week of class time to work on it. That's with a teacher helping you. That is 5 hours, which it turns out you're going to get at least 5 hours of weekly time. You're going to have 2 weeks, 2 solid weeks to work on this. If you have any questions, please let me know. And again, good luck.